Welcome to Strip Coverlet. I am Adrian Fort.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we are here for this week's Variety Hour. Dalton, tell them what we're doing.
Variety Hour! I'm glad you're so excited about this. It's Variety Hour! I don't know. I had a rough week. I'm hoping to perk myself up with some variety. Do you have anything you really want to start off with? Anything exciting going on?
I have been writing at a fever pitch almost for... We've talked about starting up like an atheism or philosophy channel, something like that. I've been writing almost at a fever pitch for that, but only on breaks at work, it seems. Whenever I try to start something up outside of that, I can't do it. But... like, I've got one called Do Not Go Hitchens Into That Good Fight, right?
Look at you.
Just getting fancy with titles and going from there.
Here's the thing. Adrian is a title man.
I do like titles.
Adrian is a title man, so much so that, like, when anytime I write anything, especially in college, I'm like, I'm just not going to try with a title. Because if I give it to Adrian, because he's sitting next to me in college to edit it, he's just going to come up with something gorgeous. So much so that anytime we name something... I'm like, Adrian, just run with it.
Take it for a week.
Just give it, mull it over, and pick what we're going to call it, because I'm terrible at this.
Strip Cover Lit. Do you remember what Strip Cover Lit almost was?
What?
A writer's reading.
Okay. Yes.
We were early in development, and I'm sitting at a... basically what we do when we decide to name something is we'll just shoot text back and forth.
Yes.
Run with it. Boom, boom, boom. I'll take
Spitballing.
it. Run with it. Boom, boom, boom. Right? So, I'm sitting in the library, and it would have been about this time of the year, and it was dark out. I don't know why I remember this, but I do. Because I'm sitting there, and I get a text message from Dalton. I've got it! All right, Dalton, you've got what? The name for our channel. I've got it. I know it. So I'm like, all right, hit me. You know, a writer's reading.
Nope.
So I sit there and I'm like, how do I do this? It's like, Dalton, that sounds great. So that it's good. We'll run with it. So I'm like, I'm not doing this. I said, I'm not going to be on the internet on a show called A Writer's Reading. What does that even mean?
We could have called ourselves a Reading Rainbow. God damn it, we missed an opportunity.
We could have. So I'm sitting there, and I give it a week.
Okay.
It's a week. And I plant the idea, what about Strip Cover Lit?
Yeah.
And Dalton says, I don't like it. I said, what do you mean you don't like it? Stripped. I don't think people will get it. We're going to pop up in different video sidebar strippers. I don't like it. Lit. Does it really give us credibility to put lit instead of literature? And just all of these things about it. I'm like, okay, all right, that's fine. So a writer's reading it is. Yeah, I like it. A week later, what I do, and Dalton won't know this maybe, is I pull Jedi mind tricks on him. And I convince him, at some point, that Strip Cover Lit was something he had suggested. At which time, he falls in love with it, it sounds edgy, it's got just enough appeal with literature, and if you do get the stripped cover reference, well, that's cool too, and it makes us the bad boys of literature. And
here's the thing with Adrian. Every now and then, Adrian is, if you've ever spoke with Adrian on Twitter, text message, however you conversate with Adrian, Adrian's a difficult man to speak with. And maybe it's just me because I know him, but everything he says for a reason. So
why would you say something and not have a reason?
So if he says something that's like, that's weird, you have to sit there and be like, why is he saying this? Why didn't he text me back? Did I piss him off? Did I say something? Did I not do something I was supposed to do? Adrian shoots a message, and very, very rare that you get this. Hey, I gotta push the reading off this week. Something's gone, I had to push it off, which I do all the fucking time.
Not all the time.
Not all, but occasionally I've had to do it. When Adrian does it, though, that's the red flag. That's where you start, like, it starts mulling around, like, did I read the wrong thing? Does he know that I haven't read this yet, and I still need to do it? What's going on with this here?
Well, and sometimes, there was one time in particular, Lolita.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm the one that suggested we push Lolita back?
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Because you knew.
Because I knew.
Because you knew.
Because Dalton, we shoot on Mondays. So Wednesday or Thursday I'll get a text. Man, Lolita's just, it's tough sledding, man. Isn't it? Isn't it? Are you sure you want to do it this? I mean, I can do it. Are you? Because I know you had something come up.
But here's the thing. At this point now, I have so much Adrian seeped into me. And you're getting some Dalton seeping into you, I've noticed. But I've got so much anger in Adrian coming into my life. Next week, we're supposed to be reviewing T.C. Boyle's San Miguel.
Yeah.
Which is dense.
It's a lot of words.
We've given it a head start, and I can read 15 pages in a sitting before I'm just like, I'd say at least a dozen times now, Adrian's like, want to push it off? Do you need some extra time with this? I'm like, no. No. I'm not doing it. I'm grit my teeth and do it, because that's what I'm doing, it's what I'm doing.
Come Wednesday,
I'm going to send a message, be like, I can't do this, man. I can't do it. Let's short story. So if you don't see San Miguel next week, know for a fact that it was my fault, and I will own it now. Please bring this video back and remind me that it was my fault.
So since we're talking a little bit about what it's like to converse with Adrian, let me tell you what it's like to converse with Dalton. Dalton is pissy. There's a reason I call him Salty Dalty. Because no matter what, if I send him a text message, at some point... Look, here's the thing. Adrian's business. Adrian's about business.
Yes.
Dalton's a good old southern boy. Dalton needs to be warmed up into business. Dalton needs a little bit of conversation.
You have to wine and dine me.
Gotta wine and dine the salty. So what happens is, Adrian doesn't give a damn. So Adrian will text him, hey man, how's this? Hey man, how you feel about this? Hey man, we really gotta start doing this. Hey man, how's this going for you? At which point, Salty gets automatically pissy.
Here's my thing, and we just talked about this today. The one thing we have going for us is we can both sit down once a week and have educated conversation. Conversation that you can't have with family, that you can't have with significant others, with friends. Sit down, we can talk business, we can talk literature. It's productive, it's professional, and it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
So, if I may here, this is how talking goes for text message. We're planning to do a review for a film. Adrian texts me and says, "Hey, did you get around to that film review?" And I said, as soon as I get to it, probably gonna be able to get to this weekend. We're talking about doing some changes in the movie channel, some very simple changes that we think would be good. I'm not sure if I say here, the order doesn't matter, it's not established, who cares about it? And then I text back 6 minutes later. I'm sorry, I'm just pissy right now. This thing at work's really got me worked up here, and this is what I'm pissed about, and I'm upset about this, and I just want to vent to someone. No answer. 16 minutes later. Never mind, I'll just do it, whatever you want, I don't care, whatever, I love you, Mark Twain still sucks. It actually says that, love you, Pookie, Mark Twain still sucks, though. No response. The next day, hey, I found this, look at this, please look at this, give me your attention back. No response. 12 hours later, the next day, you were right, be thankful I got a head start on San Miguel, I'm sorry. At which point Adrian says, well, it's dense.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the biggest part of that. You sent me the first pissy message that said, speaking order wasn't established anyway. It doesn't matter. But yes, speaking order was established, and if you go to that channel, everyone speaks in order.
Here's the thing. Like, when I can sit with Adrian and we can talk, things go well. When I'm having a bad day and I get an Adrian message, I'm like, gosh, whatever. I want to talk about it because I know it's not going to get us anywhere. Because we're going to talk about it on Monday before we film, because we have to go wine and dine Salty because he needs that before he can work.
But that's not what happens.
That's not what happens.
What happens is Dalton ends up sending me a pissy text message.
And if you know anything about working with Adrian or talking to Adrian, if you send him a pissy text message, he's going to one-up you because you're going to piss him off.
Just don't piss me off.
And hell hath no fury like an Adrian scorned.
Well, because here's the thing. You want to talk about, men do this and women do that, and men do this and women do that, and have those conversations about the differences between genders, and it never does anything but start an argument. One thing I know about women, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you will suffer for anything that anyone else has done to her. Right? She has a bad day because her boss is being a jerk. You're going to feel it. Her mother said something that made her question everything in her life. You're going to feel it. Right? That's more of a woman thing, right?
Yeah.
Because men, what do? We go off and we be alone and we kick rocks, right?
Yeah.
We just go and we blow steam.
Yeah.
Anything that happens to Dalton
happens to you.
Adrian ends up getting the brunt of.
Absolutely so.
So this time, it might have been that I didn't wine and dine Dalty before I sent him that text message that was business. But I felt it, right? Now, it could have been, there's times, aren't there, where I make the effort to warm you up before I spring something on you.
You usually do.
And if the significant other has given Dalton a hard time that day, I still get a pissy response.
Yes. That's what I'm here for. But here's the thing with... this is going to be the whole variety hour. We're talking difference between Adrian and Dalton. With Adrian, if Adrian's pissed off and in a bad mood, it doesn't matter who you are, he will let you know that he ain't got time for your business today. Correct?
But I don't think that it's in a pissy way, is it?
No. Well, you're usually very upfront about it, though. You're saying, hey, not today.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Not going to happen right now.
Not going to happen. I'm out of this chat.
Right.
No.
Oh, you're talking about that.
Now, Dalton, on the other hand, because I have a business relationship, a friendship with Adrian, I will vent upon him. If you shoot me a message out of the blue, I could be on fire, and I'll stop and be like, oh, good to hear from you. How you doing? Let's talk. I am overly polite in every situation. You made fun of me today at Target.
I did.
You did, because the guy came by, and I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate your existence. You're the greatest Target employee I've ever met.
And you have a wonderful goatee.
Yes.
I love your breath.
Yes.
I like the way that you clean pressed your shirt.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm overly polite.
Adrian said, thank you, bud.
Anyway.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Or you yell at them. Either one.
No.
Yes. I don't understand the menu.
I have never yelled at anyone.
But anyway, why did we go to Target today? Because we need to talk about this.
We went to Target to pick some things up.
We picked up some toys.
We did pick up some toys.
Because we want to be producing at a higher level, and we want
a more consistent rate.
A more consistent rate, and winter is coming.
Yes.
I live an hour away from Adrian. It is a journey every Monday to come to Adrian's.
And his car weighs the same as a boot.
Yes. My car is great in the snow, but if there's more than 4 inches, it's under the snow, and it doesn't move, because it's this far off the ground. I literally have golf cart tires.
Yes.
So we've been really worried that this is Missouri, and overnight we could get 10 feet of snow.
And no one knew about it.
Yes. However, we have decided to take the leap, and we now have a secondary camera.
Dos cameras.
We don't know anything about this, but this is a GoPro.
Yeah.
The guy at the store told us that these are good, and these are awesome. So now we have multiple camera.
Yes.
Which is great.
In the event of Snowpocalypto 2017...
we still produce.
Yes.
Because I have a camera, Adrian has a camera, we can still do things.
We still put things up.
Because usually somebody takes home the camera. If you see a week where you're going to get Adrian videos, he has the camera. This last week, you got a quickie from me because I had the camera. Right. That's just the way it works. But now we can double produce, and apparently I can put this on a helmet. You can follow me around for 24 hours, I guess.
Well, I mean, we have talked about getting you a helmet.
I do need... but we have procured a few other things lately.
Yeah.
And we have something we're very proud of.
Yeah.
That came in the mail. That not a lot of people have right now. And I just wanted to... I just want to show it off. Just look at it. That's George Saunders' debut novel.
Before George Saunders has a debut novel.
That comes out in February. And I am unnecessarily excited about this.
It does look extremely confusing when looking at the pages.
This is Lincoln and the Bardo. This is Saunders' debut novel that is set to be published in February. We have a very early copy of this. That thankfully, I guess if you talk about George Saunders every month for a year, you get.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is going to be just as good as his short stories. I have so high hopes for
Such
this.
high hopes, yes.
Such high hopes. This looks like there's like a poem.
Yeah, it is not. That is not standard
Formatting. Very weird formatting. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
I'm hopeful.
French in there?
I don't know. I got this maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I have not read any of it.
Really?
I refuse to sit down and read this until I have the time to sit and appreciate it.
Okay.
Because I am afraid that I will sit and read the whole thing in one sitting.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. This is confusing. It better work, Saunders.
You got a lot to live up to, George.
Yeah, don't let me down, Georgie.
But instead of reading this lately, I have been reading, and you'll be proud of this, How to Read Literature Like a Professor.
Ooh.
Now, if you follow our Instagram, you will know that I have been reading this. I'm 6 chapters into it right now. I am enjoying this way more than I thought I would.
What is our Instagram handle?
Strip Cover Lit.
Okay.
This is... I don't know. I'm like taking notes and highlighting. I'm terrified.
Look at you.
This is...
You're Adrianing the hell out of that.
I really am. This seems to be like a quick rundown on how to do literary criticism in a very comfortable hipster setting where it's just a guy sitting down and be like, hey, let me tell you how to do this. Yeah. This is the office hours that I never went to in college.
This is us.
This is us. This is beautiful. We've always wanted a copy about this. We talked about it for a while. I am wholeheartedly excited about this.
Good.
And I'm hoping to finish this here, and maybe I'll get a quickie up on it. A different type of quickie, because it's nonfiction.
Yeah.
That I can do now, because I have a GoPro.
Maybe you'll start bringing something interesting to the channel.
Shut up. I knew when you had that shit-eating grin that something was coming. Give me my Lincoln in the Bardo back, because that is mine. Because I take the effort to contact publishers and be like, hey...
You have the internet.
You have access to the internet. But anyway, I do have a gift for you.
A gift?
Mail came to my house again.
Ooh.
And this time it is in the name of Stripped Cover Lit. It is not Adrian Fort's mail coming to my house.
Okay.
So we will open this on the channel. This is from a viewer of ours, a patron of ours. This is from Miriam Frei.
Been there since basically the beginning.
From the beginning, she has been with us, and she has sent us a Christmas package.
Has her own blog, which we will link in the description below.
That, if I remember, we will link to the description down below. But do check out Miriam's blog.
Very interesting box. Very interesting package.
Very Christmassy.
Yeah.
And I am afraid that it got a little crunched in the mail. But that is how the American postal system works.
Yeah, especially in the Midwest.
So I have not opened these yet. I did take the liberty of cutting the tape.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to fumble around with that on film.
Okay.
I've made mistakes in my life before. So, there is a letter to read. So we will read a letter, hopefully. I hope this just says, haha, fuck you, wasted your time. Oh, that is a novel. Okay.
We will cut.
Yes, we will cut here. Let us read this real quick. So, Miriam has sent us quite the lengthy handwritten letter.
Yes.
And this is a personal letter because it is handwritten, therefore we will keep this very personal for ourselves. But she is extremely grateful for this channel and has sent us an early Christmas present.
Yeah.
And her English is phenomenal for someone who is, I assume, that is not her native tongue.
Right. She's a German speaker, I believe. Yes.
If I send you... Yeah, the post office has heard these. If I send you a letter in French, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance. So let's open this.
A package inside a box inside a package with a box.
Are these chocolates? What is that? Is that German?
Yes.
What does that say?
I don't know.
That says...
I don't know all of German.
Schweizerdeutsch Butschel.
Schweizerdeutsch Buchli.
Okay. What is it? You have yours open already.
This is a translation dictionary?
It's a dictionary.
Yeah.
It's a Swiss-German dictionary.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is. Miriam speaks Swiss-German. So this is a English dictionary.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because you speak German, I butcher German.
Oh, I butcher it too.
But you can actually function. And people have actually commented recently that they love hearing you speak German.
Yeah.
Nobody says they love my French.
Which by the way, comments have gotten weird on YouTube apparently. I'm not getting notifications for comments. So if we have not responded to a comment yet, that is why.
This language terrifies me.
It is a terrifying language.
We've talked about my German, how my German is the most condescending... We've talked about this on the channel, I think?
No.
Like, I started learning German, and I got a few basic phrases down, but when I heard myself say them out loud, I'm like, nope, I'm not going to learn to speak German.
It's difficult. It is very difficult because you, like, and this is going to sound bad at the beginning, like when I say it, you can't be afraid to sound stupid.
Okay.
Because
you have to go for it.
You have to go for it. If you're afraid to sound stupid, you will sound stupid.
But that's the thing. I put weird emphasis on it, and I feel like I just sound like an asshat.
Which you probably...
what is it? Applesauce? We're eating applesauce? If you're essen einen Apfelsaft, it's terrible. Is that right? Was I close?
Apple soft?
Apfelsaft? Wir essen einen Apfel.
Yeah,
Wir trinken das Wasser. It's just a terrible...
But that's how you have to do it.
Is that... Am I close? That's as much German as I know.
You still sound like a twit.
But there is apparently a difference in Swiss German and regular German. So that's a wonderful present. I hope you get use out of this because I am terrified that I will destroy this.
I will be relearning some of my German.
And we also have... Lady of Shalott.
Lady of Shalott.
This is Miriam's favorite poem. We did a patron poem review of this. This is Alfred Lord Tennyson's The Lady of Shalott, illustrated by Charles Keeping. An illustrated version of the poem.
Interesting.
It's very beautiful, though.
This is actually something that we've talked about getting into with Strip Cover Lit, is dramatic readings with artist renditions of the work over the video.
Yes.
So if you are an artist, we would appreciate you contacting us if you would like to help with that series. Wow, this is in depth, huh?
Look at that.
I didn't know these things existed.
So as always, Miriam, thank you very much. Very greatly appreciative of this. I will try to learn at least a word or two of Swiss German.
By next week, I expect you to show up with a translation of The Lady of Shalott.
By next week, I'm probably not going to show up because I probably pissed off all of Germany with my German accent and speaking.
And so is she going to come and off you?
Yeah. There's no hope whatsoever for me. I'm out of this.
Der bist ein frecher Bube, ja.
But people are absolutely entirely too generous.
Yeah.
People every now and then will shoot us a message like, hey, I really want to send you some books. And I always say the same thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I said, that's great.
We're assholes.
That's super awesome. If you would like, just tell me what it is. We'll add it to our list. We'll eventually get it. Don't spend your money on us. Sending us Christmas presents, all that. We appreciate it. It's awesome.
But if you would like to send me pretty underwears, you can address them to Dalton's place.
I've told this story before. I actually had to go to the post office once.
Yeah.
And pick up mail in your name.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was in your name, so they're like, because they take your ID and they're like, well, the address matches, but this isn't you. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I live here. Like, do you know Mr. Fort? And instead of just being like, it's a business thing, we do YouTube stuff, or he's a friend of mine sending mail to my house, I'm like, it's my husband. Can I have my package now, please? My husband. At which point they didn't question it at all. They're like, here you go, sir. Have a great day. Tell him I said hello. Good tidings to you.
That is not the greeting you would get after that in St. Joe.
No,
that's how I know that story's fake.
No, that story's fake because they're like, here's your package. Because they ain't going to question anything. They're just going to give me a package on the left.
Yep.
So, Good times. Anything else you want to talk about in Variety Hour here? I've had a weird week that I wasn't able to do anything. So...
Yeah, this is the first week... I don't remember if I said this early in the video or not, because this is how messed up I am. This is the first week that being on overnights has really toyed with me.
Okay.
Like, I had my first experience, because the days are growing shorter, and I was tired. I had my first experience with waking up while it's dark, and going to sleep while it's still dark. Right?
Yeah.
So not seeing the sun for an entire day, right? Yep. It's not a day, so I'm not sure, for an entire living period, I didn't see the sun.
Yeah. And that will mess with you.
Yeah.
I've been doing the novel writing with Dalton series, and I haven't talked much about the novel concept, but I've mentioned it a few times to you. That idea of the overnight ruining you as a person. Because no matter what you do, you're constantly tired. You never actually rest. Because when you do sleep, you just sleep to function, but then you wake up and it's night and you're tired.
Well, and when the days are longer, you're sleeping when the sun is out, and you're not meant to do that. Your eyelids are only so thick.
And if one more person says, you know what you need? Vitamin C.
Yeah.
Vitamin C is good for you. It'll fix you right up. Just give you some good old vitamin C. I will strangle you.
When really, if there's any vitamin that working overnights makes you need, it's D, right?
I absolutely hate it with a passion. If one more person tries to pitch vitamin C at me, because vitamin C apparently will cure anything.
Now here's one thing. My apartment address and the building address are the same number.
Yes.
And I've told this story on the channel many times that I get things delivered to my apartment that should go to some other apartment. If one more time I get woken up at what is my 3 o'clock in the morning because some asshole ordered a pizza,
yes,
or ordered some other type of takeout, or has a package delivery, I am going to go ballistic on whoever it is that knocks on my door. Normally I handle it pretty well. I am not going to the next time. Because you don't get back to sleep after that.
Nope.
You get back
Your day is literally ruined.
You get back to maybe laying restfully.
Yes.
But you do not fall asleep. And the two things are very different.
Very different. But anyway, if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We do appreciate that. Give this video a like as well. And be sure to go check out Miriam Frei's blog. We appreciate her sending us niceties. We'd like to at least send a couple people over her way as well.
And by liking this sort of thing, what we mean is if you like to see us complain about anything at all, just let us know in the comments below what you want to see us complain about next. We'll have a rant series. Make sure you follow us on Twitter @StripCover and on Facebook @StripCoverLit.